It will also allow unused family-sponsored and employment-based visas to continue to be available into 2022. Hi, we've got some important immigration news for you today. The Senate Budget Committee has released a $3.5 trillion budget that includes $126 billion to potentially give amnesty to undocumented individuals living in the United States. In addition, the Department of State has released a $52 billion budget to address the visa backlog created by the COVID pandemic and Trump's visa bans. We're going to cover all the details right now, so please make sure you stay tuned until the very end. And if you like my videos and have been enjoying what I put forth on this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Is it possible for the Biden administration to push through immigration reform by simply getting a majority in the Senate? So far, the majority of immigration reformation proposals that have been put forth by the Biden administration has been stopped short in the Senate by Republicans who have voted in opposition. But now the Senate Budget Committee is now proposing that they can put millions of undocumented individuals, including DACA recipients, TPS holders, and other undocumented essential workers on a pathway to citizenship without the support of Senate Republicans. How is this possible? On Tuesday, Senate Democrats approved a $3.5 trillion budget agreement to be spent over the coming decade, which includes $126 billion for undocumented immigrants to be put on a pathway to citizenship. What makes this different from previous attempts at immigration reformation is that it would be going through a process called budget reconciliation. This requires only a simple majority in Congress to pass. That means that if the Biden administration can get Senate Democrats to vote yes, then it would pass through the Senate to become law. There are actually a lot of immigration experts that believe that this could work. Representative Jesus Garcia has stated that he refuses to support any large spending bill that does not include a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, and Senator Alex Padilla says the strategy is realistic. In addition, a coalition of pro-immigration groups have also backed this effort with a $50 million lobbying campaign. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is pushing for Congress to vote on the budget before they break in August for the recess. If it passes, actual relief for millions of undocumented immigrants would become a reality in a matter of months. This is big news that took me quite some time to research so that I could put this in this video. So please do me a favor, leave me a comment, like this video, and subscribe today. So what do I think about this? What is my take on what will happen? I am cautiously optimistic. In reality, it sounds like it is very realistic to get all Democrats on board. But what that means that if even one Democratic senator votes no in opposition, then it is a no go. We never know what sort of pressures that a Democrat might be subject to near the end. And we still have certain middle of the road Democrats that are going to still be a hard sell on this. Thus, it remains the job of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to get all of the Democrats in shape to vote yes, because we need it. We need this to get done. It is abundantly clear that Republicans will forevermore stand in the way of any reform for no reason other than to simply oppose something to save face in the era of Trump. Surprisingly, the Senate Budget Committee's announcement was not the only announcement today. This week, the Department of Homeland Security also announced a $52 billion budget designed to expand the number of available visas in an effort to reverse all of the Trump-era policies banning immigrant visas being issued and the backlog that has been built up even further by the COVID-19 pandemic. As we've discussed many times before, the combination of former President Trump's policies and the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in a visa backlog that has prevented hundreds of thousands of immigrants from immigrating to the United States to be with their families or to work for employers. In an effort to fix this, the funding bill would allow unused visas from fiscal years 2020 and 2021 to remain available in the following year. This will help the 55,000 winners of diversity visas who were unable to finish processing their applications during the pandemic. It will also allow unused family-sponsored and employment-based visas to continue to be available into 2022. In addition, anyone who was denied entry into the United States because of the Muslim ban will have a visa made available to them, and an amendment will allow for an additional 64,716 H-2B visas to become available. Those are visas used for seasonal employees. So, have you been impacted by the visa backlog? I know many of you have, so go ahead and leave me a comment and let us know what category you are waiting for and how long you have been waiting. And what's my take on all this? I do think that all the government has to do is just click a button, move some visa numbers around, and make more available. They have the power to do this, and I do hope that beyond just opening up more numbers and allowing them to roll over into the next year, they may even expand the total number of visas available per year. In case you missed it, the Chamber of Commerce is also putting pressure to the Biden administration to double the number of employment-based visas available and to increase the cap on H-1B visas. I will include a link to the video here, and I will continue releasing more videos as more important news becomes available. So if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to do so now and watch this next video. I'll see you there.